Happy last day of April. You will never see this again. It's not going to be the same April next year. It's not going to be the same April the 30th next year. And next month starts tomorrow, May the 1st, and it's got 31 days. So that extra day may kind of pull you back like, oh no. Especially if you got direct deposit in the check, if you got that type of bank that gives your check a day earlier or 2 days earlier, you got to wait a little longer or whatever you got to do. But, doesn't make any difference. You just keep on rolling. Okay, you just keep on doing what you got to do. You're going to make it. You got to stay positive. Okay? Don't move without thinking. It's kind of like you're just shooting in the dark and you don't know where you're shooting at. Always think. Think before you talk. Think before you do anything. Take some time. Just take it easy. My neighbor, when I was living in California, was on the TV show, the Mod Squad. Clarence Thomas, and he was very slow to speak. Some people thought that he had a speech impairment or something was wrong with his brain. He thought about it before he opened his mouth all the time. And I kind of would just stand there and look at him when I first met him. And he said, that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking, he knew what I was thinking, like, okay, and because he was very articulate, well-spoken, and I was like, is he okay? Because I'd seen him, talking. I seen him do little speeches or wherever he was doing, movies. And, he was the father, if you've seen Purple Rain, the father of Prince. But he's well articulate and everything, but he was in this long series, which I didn't see, the Mod Squad type thing, but I went back and looked at the episodes so I could have something to talk about when he would come over for coffee or something. But, think before you speak. He was the first one that kind of taught me to think before I open my mouth sometimes. Think about what you're getting ready to say. Think about who you're saying it to, so you don't misstep what's going on, because your brain is working faster than your mouth, and your mouth is just going to blurt it out. So, think what you're going to do, not just on the channel. I just come on here. It's just me. Okay. My whole rationale, I already thought it out, is that I was thinking, what am I doing on the channel? Yes, first it's me. It's my responsibility. I was trying to get out of debt. That was me. It wasn't for signing up and getting paid on YouTube. It wasn't all that. If they never paid me, that was not it. To be free from debt, I could pay myself back. I already knew that. I'd been debt free before, had more money coming in because I wasn't paying debt. And that's what you got to do. You got to think. Sometimes we want to take our money. You may get you got your tax return, right? Some people will get it later. Some already got it and it's gone. But you got to think, if you got debt, it's just better to pay it off. You're going to gain more back because you're not paying all those debts. And yes, you may use your credit card again, and we all have to learn to use our credit cards if we have them. Some people, they can't. They just can't do it. And some people cut them up and saw their credit score drop and was trying to figure out why. And, it's a mind thing with the banks and companies. Your credit, as far as they're concerned, you took away, even if you had a $300 credit card, you took away $300 that was open, that they could see that you could use. So you have to be careful what you're doing. Maybe if you replace that $300 with something else, another credit card that's a little larger, it's okay. You kind of move it over and then kind of move it back. But you have to be careful. I hear a lot of them, I'm going to cut them up my credit cards. That's okay if you just want to be totally not digital. And another thing that's going on is the banks. I told you that one bank had closed, and now it's all over the news about it. I'm like, didn't you hear this at 3 a.m. in the morning? But I was up. I heard it. And, and I think there's another one collapsing on its way. So, we have to be careful with the banks. Okay, it's not run for the bank and get your money. Oh, they're collapsing, because they do have things in place that, the FDIC, they come in like they told, the one in Philadelphia, you have to go in this other bank to take care and not run and go run and get the money and make it worse than what it is. But we do have to watch, especially if you're cash stuffing. Especially, like I told you, if you're going to go buy a house or something, a large purchase like that, a life-changing purchase, you can't take the money in and out. Banks don't like that. They know about cash stuffing. They're not stupid. They know everything that has to do with money. Okay, the executives up there, they know about it. But your money has to stay in one place. So if you're getting ready to get a house or whatever, I would go through 3 years out before I would even stop pulling out large sums of money, because you can tell them and they're just going to look at you like, oh, okay, but the people that are approving you, all they see is shuffling money in and shuffling money out. They're not calling you anything. You're not a drug dealer or anything. It's just, what are you doing? You're putting the money in, you're putting it out. Okay, this big sum of money is leaving, and then maybe a big sum will come in. It's mind-boggling. You have to think like they think. Okay, you always have to think like they think. Okay? You can't just trust them to just ask you these little piddly questions. The only thing they're going to say is, you weren't approved. We're denying you this credit to buy a house or your large purchase. So, we have to think before we do anything. You have to think what you're going to do and execute it. It may be slow, but it's okay. Don't give up. You can make it. You can do whatever you want to do. Remember, you are unique. You're God's child. You're magnificent. And not even worry about anybody telling you that you are. My parents never did praise me for anything. Okay, and I didn't look for it because they never did it before. I heard other kids, parents would go, good job. We'd be at whatever, at a music function or something, or an award thing. They would come, perfect attendance, blah, blah, blah. And they just took it, they smiled, and I didn't hear, congratulations, great job. And so, curious me, my mom was in the hospital when I was 18, and I would go and stay, and then I'd go, it was my first year of college also, and come back to the hospital, and my dad would get off work, he'd come in, and I would ask, it was like the time to ask questions. I don't know what it was that year, but the nurses were saying, I wish when I have kids, a couple of them, I want my child to have that same relationship that you have with her. And so I was sitting there and I said, I'm not mad or anything. I just wondered why I didn't get congratulated. It did not bother me. I don't care whether you did or not. And they said, that's what we wanted. We wanted you to go on your own steam, because everybody is not going to congratulate you. Okay? Everybody's not going to have your back. You got to make your way. If we kept congratulating you, you have been looking for it at work. You've been looking for it from somebody else. And she said, you don't even care, because you're already that way. God's congratulated you. So you think about that when you're doing something. You may misstep. This cash stuffing thing and budgeting, you may misstep. But, take your time, do what you got to do. A lot of people, I kind of moved to the credit card thing, paying my bills, less cash out, because they're just not into it. They want to go more digital, the banks. And we know that. We know that, and you have to pay attention to it. And you gotta probably may not read your bank may be okay, or anything, but just look at what's going on. Some people's credit limits, they're bringing them down. See, the banks are less trusting, and we need to take a point of that too. Okay, they're less trusting of the people out here. Inflation is up. People are going, I'm not paying my car. I'm not paying my house. They handing the keys back to the bank. They don't want that house and car. They want you to keep on paying. We want money. We don't want that. Okay, they don't want that. And people are just losing it. And so right now they're in a state of trust. It's like, salt and sugar doesn't mix, and people are different. And they know people are different, but right now, you got to prove yourself that, maybe you're taking too much money out the bank. Maybe you're not using your credit card enough, or you're over the limit all the time. Maybe you don't use your credit card. That's all they know. You're a number. And you get mad at your bank or a credit card or even a denial, you got to figure out if they denied you, what is going on in your life. Okay, maybe they denied you don't have enough income. Maybe they denied you because you just have a low credit score that's not in their range. Find out what the credit score they want. You may be off just a few points. You may have 669, they wanted the 700. Find out. Maybe your past is kind of bumped up there. And then some banks, they just downright, they don't want to be bothered. Okay, they'll come up with everything. Your history's not long enough. Your blah, 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 blah. I think you have a history even at 1 year. To me, you got a history. If you got a credit card and you got a history, but they don't do that. They like the 7 year, past the 7 year, like you're supposed to be here that long. Kids starting their accounts have not been there 7 years. That's why they have student accounts to get them started. But you don't worry about that. I want you to keep going on, okay? All right, so today, Desiree Wealth. She doesn't know this, but she's collaborating with me. Yes, Desiree, I have chosen you today. And anybody else, if you want to do this. Okay, but what I'm doing is the month ahead binder that I got from All Things Kimberly. I'm going to start that again, but I'm going to do it for a year. I want to get a year ahead. And take your time if you want to join. Okay, just take your time. I don't care if you're low budget or whatever. Okay, this one, let me show you how it's made. Okay, so I marked May because this will be May next year, and I'm not taking this money out for this. And she has it divided up really good with different things. If you got a mortgage, if you got rentals, you got to rent one in here. And I think I changed that to house maintenance, if I remember right. And you put your money in there and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the money in here, and then I'm going to take it out. And I started a month ahead account in the bank. And then I'm going to start it all over again. I'm not going to sit there and go, okay, this has to be done. I'm going to try to get it done by the month. But, each one. But I may not be able to. But either way, this whole thing is for all the way till May next year. And then, because, I'd like to be a year ahead. Wouldn't that be something if you could get a year ahead of everything? That if something happened, you don't have to worry about it. What if your mortgage was a year ahead? Well, they still want their money. They're different. But anyway, my car wouldn't. My car, even when I get a month ahead, they go, oh, you have no payment. It's zero this month. They don't even want me to pay. It's like, don't do this to us. We need that interest. And I get them every time, and then they wind up paying more interest to me. taking it off the car. So, but even if utilities, so even if you are low income, you can join along if you like, put it down in the bottom and just take one of something. Maybe it's the electric bill. Take one of something. Maybe it's your water bill, and just put an extra $1 somewhere, in there. She has this. I looked on her Etsy shop. She has this for digital download, and make your own. Okay, maybe it's just your month ahead. Just write month ahead. Get you a white envelope. This is my month ahead for this particular bill. This is my month ahead for groceries for a year. Can you imagine you had grocery money for a year and you didn't have to sit here and do anything to it? So I was talking to Desiree anyway, and she's kind of on the same wavelength that I'm doing, because technically I'm done with May. I told you I paid my bills early, and my utility companies just lost their mind, for 1 month. And I was like, what are you doing? They don't know what they're doing. That saga's still going. But either way, but she was doing the same thing. She had started up with it, going. And then, so I picked her. I'm picking you. Okay. Now, if you want to do it, you can pick one, but I'm going to go the year. Okay. You don't have to follow me. You're unique. You're wonderful. You're cute. All that stuff. And Jazzy is too. And so, but I pick her, and she can choose 1 month, to get ahead in something, or we'll work on both. Whatever you want to do, let me know. And so, do what you got to do, people. I think it's a wonderful idea. But right now, we'll set it up. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so let's see what I can assign to everything on here. Okay, what I've been paying is, my mortgage is $1,300 a month. Where did my calculator go? Hold on, people. Hold on. Because I can't use my calculator on my phone. Because I'm using my phone. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Trying to hide. This ain't working. You're not hiding. Nowhere to run to, baby. Let's see. Okay. Got paper all over. You're having a party. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I've been paying about $300 extra on it, but we'll see. There's 24 spaces, right? 6 times 4 is 24. So let's see. The original divided by 24. So let's see what that is. About $55 a month. So we'll put 55. Okay, so 55 times 24, since we chose the 55, will be $1,320 right now to get it a month ahead. Plus, I'm paying extra on the house too, but it will be in here. She's got the envelopes right here. Isn't that cute? And she's got the tracker on the back. Okay, the electric is $24 also. So I'm going to say it's about, on a bad month, is $240, around $240 it'll go up because of the air condition. So we're going to divide that by 24. And you may not be, did I mess it up? I said divide. You may not be right on the money. Just change it, If you can't get it right, you go, oh, it went up. Well, average everything out and fix it. Just because we're on a channel does not mean you can't fix anything. That shows how human you are. It does not show that your credibility or you're weak or I just look foolish. It doesn't do that. So my water bill comes every 3 months, and it's $115 for 3 months. So we got, this is a weird number, 115 divided by 24 is an average of $479. So we're going to put, what did I put that up here? Wrong way. I had to erase that, so I put that around. So we'll do that. I'll fix that later, but it'll be $5 for each of the water faucets. Because I'm not doing this change. Okay, groceries, and that would include groceries, my freezer, the pantry, household, everything. So let's see, what would it need? Because I don't go to the grocery store all the time. You know, I garden and all this stuff, and so I try to spend like, the most is $80 a month, unless I binge, like I binged last month and I went $189 because we were out of pantry stuff, you know, the flour and the sugar and all that stuff. And, you know, I put it in the freezer. Yeah, I put flour and sugar in the freezer. Well, the sugar, no, it'll start clumping up. The flour, definitely. And I put it in there. My mom taught me how to freeze eggs and stuff, so I do that. So I'm going to just say 120. Here, I'm getting ready to write in the wrong place. So 120 divided by 5, would that be 24? By 24 equals, my mind is adding already, 5, yeah, 5. Okay, the lovely cell phone with this cute little self. Yeah, right, it's up here. I have to talk nicely to it. Okay, so that bill's been run. It goes up and down. I don't know what they're doing. So I'm just going to give them that 240. And it doesn't make any difference. It'll be, you know, all they'll put on there. You got a credit. You got a credit. Well, wonder why. So 240 divided by 24 is $10. Because if we also, you know, what if you had to buy the new cell phone? What if I got to buy a new cell phone, which I have not bought? This is a iPhone 13. See, we haven't bought any phones. My daughter has a Samsung, somebody, one of them, but it came after mine, but it's old too, but it's still working. So we're just kind of like, you know, I don't keep up with the Joneses. I just don't. You know, I've been there, you know, try to keep up with the Joneses, and then I wanted to know what's your purpose for buying that? You know, really, you got to think about it. What was your purpose in buying that purse and not buying a cheaper purse? You know, was it really because you loved it, or you showing off in your mind? You know, you got to see what is your mind doing, because it does stuff. Okay, gas, I fill up like twice a month, and I'm not worried about my kids' gas. It's mine. And I'm going to say twice a month, usually the beginning and the end. There I go again. Look, I'll clean this up when I get done. Okay. So, it's $80 divided by 24. So, we need about $3 in there. I'm going to put 5. I'll put 3. Because usually I don't have any 3s. But we'll see. And plus, some of it will be in the bank, and I'll put prop money in there. Because like I said, banks are doing stuff, and it's okay to have prop money. I want to tell you, prop money kings and queens, okay? Digital, it's the way we're going anyway. We've been headed that way, and we're going digital. And so you got to figure out this cash stuff and thing anyway without all that. Like, I had to go back to my credit cards, and people were emailing me, what are you doing that for? You're not a cash stuffer. No, I'm not. I'm a person. I'm going to do what I want to do. Who are you? Get off my email. You do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, once I got cash stuffing is good when you're starting out. It really is, because it starts disciplining you. And then you slowly, I'm going to tell you, slowly If you're going to use your credit card, take it slow. Just put something strict on yourself and say, this credit card is to pay the bills, and do like I did. I threw it in the drawer because I still had that urge to, oh yeah, we can use this. We can do that. And I threw it in the drawer and turned the lock, put the lock on it, and told the kids, if I go near that, you just forget about it. Okay, eating out. I'm writing. I'm thinking in my mind and talking. Tell me to shut up. No, 240 for eating out. There's 3 of us. Okay, and sometimes my parents and grandparents, I take them out and blah blah blah. But I was basically adding us because they don't do all that. Okay, they are strict about what they do and when they do it. So I was kind of getting us to a point of eating out because we like to eat out. Not a lot, but we balance it. And sometimes I get lazy. I don't want to cook. You don't want to cook. I get tired of it. I've been cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for them little boogers. Well, they're big boogers, but they cook. But they how the excuse goes. When you've been cooking. But Mom, yours tastes better than mine. Well, yeah, my mom's food tastes better than mine, but I know better than to keep going over there going, hey, you wanna? Because she got tired of cooking. She's been a chef, a cook. She's been in people's houses cooking. She's been catering. She's been, cleaning houses. She's had all kinds of jobs and jobs that she invented and made, okay? She was Molly Maid before there was a Molly Maid, okay? Where you got the people going out. She already did that. It just didn't have a name, And in the house, they had jobs they did. And my dad would get off of work and help out with the job. He done worked an 8-hour day. And sometimes he had to stay over till 10 hours. They were, and it was just like, no, He was in the Air Force. He went back in. And it was just... So, and also people, don't tell me you sit there and you can't find nothing to do. It's not that you can't find a job. It's the job that you don't want. If you need money, you just go get a job right now. Okay, you just got to go get a job. I don't care what it is. And quit whining about there's no jobs. Well, it may not be the job you want, but step up. If you go to McDonald's, you don't have to be in there at the window all the time. Take your eye and look around and tell yourself, I'm going to be the manager. I'm going to learn to cook. Maybe you want to cook in there. Okay? Maybe you're in a car dealer. Maybe you're the salesman. You don't have to be the car dealer, the salesman all the time. Look around. We know a lot of people that have been salesmen. They got small car lots and they're blooming. They're bursting. They're getting bigger. Figure out how to get bigger and quit whining. Okay, if you're a teacher and if it goes right for you, maybe you want to stay in that profession, well, move up. Okay, I want to work downtown. I want to be a vice principal. I want to be a principal. I want to be a superintendent. I want to go to another school district and do this. Okay, you don't have to stay where you are. God gave us free will. Okay, see, we got stuck in that. You'll get stuck in that because that's the way it was. It was the house and the two family and the dog and the cat and the kids, okay? And you can't move because you're stuck with these people, okay? These little people and big people or whatever. And, COVID kind of burst that bubble. But my parents had already burst that bubble before we even got around to it. But they burst that bubble. It was like, we got to work. We want to move up. We're not doing this. Okay, you're not keeping me down. You're not keeping me back. And that's the way they raised me, and that's the way I raised my kids. You're not keeping me back. Okay, I'm going to find something to do. I always wanted to do business. I wanted to do different types of business. I don't mind teaching. Okay, I don't mind teaching, but I wanted to do it my way and what I'm doing. Okay, I want to be home. I want to be out. Whatever I want to do. So I got several businesses. I get out. I come in. I stay. I do what I want to do. I still grab some teaching things online. Whatever. Okay. I invest in businesses. I got 2 small businesses I invested in to help them out. But that's what I wanted to do. I'm still helping people. I'm still going. Think about what you really wanted to do, whether you're married or not. Talk to your spouse and figure out, look, this is what I want to do. Maybe you got to move to a new job. Maybe that job just is not getting it. And you make steps. Don't jump up there now. I walked off from my job, but it took me a year to get everything in place. And then I walked in there and looked at the kids, and they knew before anybody else knew. They knew, I had 6 classes, different classes I taught. And they knew, and then they would go, well, next year, and I said, I won't be here next year because they were going to move up with me, one group. And they said, oh, yeah, you said that, And so, but the adults didn't know, which was funny, and they didn't tell them. I thought they were going to tell them. I was like, well, they'll tell me somebody's coming to talk about it, But, they knew my last day, and I walked in one day, and I said, this is it. Here we go, because I, did a little cupcake thing, little party, and, and they had come. I did it after school, and teachers were like, oh, they got cupcakes and stuff. I took everybody that I had in class to the cafeteria after school, had ordered a charter bus to make sure they got home after school if they needed a bus. And they just stayed, it was just real fancy. We just kind of had a dance and a band, okay, doing my send-off. And then at the end of the year, we were kind of close to the end of the year, but that day I had walked off after that. I'd walked in and said, I'm leaving. Bye. I didn't show up for the end of the year. They had some type of end of year party with another teacher. I didn't even show up. I was like, done with the adults. Done with the adults. That's who ran me away, was the adults. It was not the kids. I get tired of whining. Okay, teachers, some of them whine a lot. And, I got shipped to elementary for about 5 years, and they were whining about, oh, little Joey doesn't have a pencil, blah, blah, doesn't have this. Now, I had come out of a high school that would knock your socks off. Okay, we talking about weapons, blah, 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 attacks. And I'm like, and then I come to this little sedate elementary school because I was in a program that taught using computers for kids to learn on. And they had like 5 kids per class. They had the regular class, but the system had chosen like 5 kids that needed more help, remedial help. And I had a aide, that set everything up. She knew what to do. They had chosen me, called me up. Do you want to do this? Because you're good in the classroom. We think you're good at this. And I went in, didn't know anything about it, but she had been in it. That was her first job. She'd been in it, and she was very helpful, setting things up. The bulletin board she did for me. We're still friends. She's great, and her kids. I'm the godmother to her kids, and she's the godmother to my kids, and back and forth and whatever. But you if you got to move up. See, even then, I wanted to move up. I said, okay, I can do something better. But I had been at this school where they were whining to me. When you come from rough and tumble and you're whining about this child doesn't have a pencil, find out why they don't have a pencil. Give them a pencil, okay? Put their name on it and say, look, this pencil stays in the room, and then you put it back. If not, you won't have a pencil. That's usually what I would do, okay, with me. Or, buy them some pencils. Find out what's going on at home. I had a kid that did not bring his book, no paper, no pencil, blah, blah, blah. Parent conference came in, mom's all dressed up, looking good, blah, blah, strutting her stuff. And I said, okay, why does this child not have a pencil? And this mom looked like she done came off a fashion magazine somewhere. And so we sat down, introduced ourselves, and I said, how come he doesn't have a pencil, paper, blah, blah, blah? And I said, he doesn't bring his book because he has no pencil, paper, blah, blah, blah. And I tell you, I thought she was going to come up out that chair. She looked at him and she said, you have everything you need and you know where it is in the drawer. I buy paper. She said, I got pounds of paper I buy when it's on sale. I got pencils, pen, coloring, anything you want, folders. And she didn't have any other children. He was just playing the game. And then he's looking at me, some kind of this smile, and she said, don't even smile. Don't even smile. It's not working. She said, I got to go check the other classes now that you said that. And then she was angry because she went back. That was her last one she came to. She went back to the other teachers. Does he have his supplies? They didn't even tell her. They sitting there like, I said, now you've been complaining all year about this child and a few others, but you didn't tell them when they came to parent conference. And see, that it gets on my nerves, and it's like, telling you, speak up. Okay, we got to speak up and not just keep complaining. Do something about it. If you need to move up, you need to change that budget, you need to change your life, do it. Just do it. Just take your time and figure out what you're going to do. I had to take my time when I walked off. I was like, how much money am I going to have? I went down the different, I was calling downtown. How do I move my, 401k, the pension plan? Where do I move it to? And I mean, they were nice. They sat down, come on, make an appointment. Come talk to me, blah, 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 and all that. I went to different banks. I was saying, this is what I'm going to do in a year. What do I do? What's the steps? Where should I put my money till I retire? What am I doing? Where can I build this stuff at? So take your time. If you're doing a month ahead, here's a pet thing. Like Mona, managing Mona's Moolah. She has a cat. Okay, I saw the cat. And Jazzy is Desiree's dog. So if you have a pet, I have guinea pigs. I'm a rescue guinea pig mama. So for guinea pigs that have no home or they think they're sick and they're not sick, the person didn't take care of them. And like one of mine's blind, but I'm telling you, I think he can see. Okay. I think God gave him a gift somewhere, but he gets out like, I'm going to do this and do that. And I'm like, no, stop. But anyway, make a month, see if you can do a month ahead on your stuff. If you're complaining about a bill, that means you do need a month ahead. That's what I think all the time. I said, if I'm complaining, I need something. So we're going to put the guinea pigs, I'm going to give them $240. Again, well, you're just writing the same number. That's my household. You do your household. I told you, do you, boo? Do you? That's what this is about. What if everybody was the same? We're made in this image, but we're not the same people. And it's not just color. Okay, I'm not the same as somebody my color. Okay, I'm totally different. They may be doing this over here and I'm doing something else. And then they wondering how did I get ahead? Because you're not doing what I'm doing. Okay, automobile, we know it's a special place in itself. Okay, so I'm going to put $480, I think, in here. See, there I go. And I hear you scream, Casper, mama, not up there, not up there. I will be fixing this for those that came in late. I always fix it. If you look, I'll sit there and clean it off and make it cute and all that stuff. We got 24 spaces, so that's $20 a piece. 20, the car's in this special place, it needs its maintenance and all that good stuff. But what if you had the money already? You go, boom, party. TV and internet. I don't have TV. I got TV, but we're just on the internet looking at stuff. But things may happen, but we don't do that too much. We rent a movie off of there, but streaming subscription or something. So the company I work for gives us free subscription because I work for them. So let's see. Internet, we're going to give it 120. Okay, there we go. There we go. Divided, did I hit the divide button? Okay, divided by 24, and that's $5. Now that's another company would have a hizzy. Okay, I changed this to maintenance because I got mortgage in the front and I own a house. I own 2 houses now. So, maintenance. I have the monthly maintenance thing. What is it? You know, the warranty thing, but I'm thinking of getting rid of them because they don't fix everything. Don't let them fool you. I'm done. I'm getting done. Well, I'll be done today because I'm going to call them today. It's over. It's over. Okay, stop. I like my iPhone's calculator. Did I put 20? 24. That's what's happening. 24 equals 20. And how have you been? Okay, I saw some of you were on there. You telling me about what you do when your check comes in. I love the ideas. You guys got great ideas. You're on it. You are on it. Okay, I just made this short thing about it. My check had come in, and I was like, okay, what am I doing? But I'll do the same thing anyway. I set up a routine. So here, now this is house insurance because I'm trying to pay. If I get the house insurance paid, okay, my house insurance, I got the bougie insurance, okay, for over $4,000. So, as Frugality is Life said, yeah, this bougie, you know, they're bougie by themselves. I'm like, how did you can you imagine that when I first got my insurance, it was $800 a year? Same company. It was $800 a year. And they just, you know, they're paying for all the disasters from all over the world. That's why they went up. It's not nothing that you did. It's whatever happened in California, whatever happened in Florida, you know, if there's an earthquake somewhere, blah, 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 blah. And you know something, those earthquakes, you know, God's trying to tell you something. I'm like that song, okay? Earthquake, that's that magnitude in New York and New Jersey. Okay, not saying it's happened before, but, you know, we have earthquakes, but they don't tear. What they did, they kind of rocked the foundation in the house my dad and mom lived in a little bit because it had cracks in it. And they fixed it and they moved. So, but this is like nobody's thinking about them, and it actually caused some damage, you know. So you need to get this together, people. I don't know what's happening, or he just mad up there, but he tired of this stuff. It gets bad when you rock the creator. So this one's gonna be $20 a month. Is that right? $800 divided by 24. No, that's what I was right. My mind is clicking. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. 800. Because I know somebody will say something. Hey! I don't care if you say anything. It's fine. It keeps me on track. I'm going to put 34. All right. This one can be anything that I want. Well, so let's do something fun. Invest. Because in my stock. How's that? Invest in my stock. So if I see something new or a company I want to do or whatever. So I'm going to put this at 480, I think. 480 total divided by 24. Be $20 a month. Are you sure? Are you sure? $24 a month. Even though I don't like math, my brain is still, is somewhere back there, right? That it's going, no. Okay, my homeless crew, I couldn't leave them out. They have to be taken care of. They don't take advantage or anything. It's me. Okay, I do what I gotta do. And, they can go to their Christmas party. They love dances, and we found a niche for those people. 34, are you sure? 800 divided by 24. Now 34, okay. And a lot of them I had found homes for, got everything straightened out, because some of them, they didn't know, they know kind of how to get stuff, but when somebody's been homeless and trying to do the red tape of getting an apartment or something, they don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. So here, I'll put $800 again, because some bills are bad. And that'll be $40 a month. And I may not catch stuff for all of them. I may go in here and grab one and decide to do what I'm going to do. Okay? So, that's what's going to happen. So, all right. So, I've got, let's see, who's going to get what? This is the first one today we're going to do. I got $20. So, there's a lot of these in here, so I'll just do 2. We'll see what happens. Or the front part. I'll just do the front part. Let's see who we get. Who's first? And they're number 3. Who is number 3? 1, 2, 3. That's the water bill. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Throw the marker over there. And it's $5, and I got to come back and do this anyway. So I've got $20, so that's 4. 1, right? 5, 10, 15, 20. So we'll start that, and we will do this in the back. Okay, close up, because I've been written on many a day. I think I'm written on again. Okay, and that'll be, we're starting tomorrow. I knew it wasn't you. It's this other one. So we are actually starting today. So it's the 30th, and we put in $20. Okay, starting it off already. And when it gets to, after I fill it all up, I will take it. Not all of them. If one of them reaches, I think, $100, or it finishes what it's doing, like this is going to be 115. If it gets to 115, I'll take it to the bank and put prop money in there for that till I get prop money, and then start it all over again. Like if I finish this, I'll say this again because my mind is thinking, did I say that right? Okay, so what I'll do with this, I will finish all the way to the end, erase all this off, put the prop money in, replace that, take that to the bank, then I will start all over again. That'll be for a month, whatever, but it'll be for a whole year. And I may not, like I said, I may not be able to do this, but I'm going to try. Okay, all you can do is try. Yes, I got other things to do, and other people to see, and other birds to talk to, but But I hope you are having a great day. Enjoy yourself, morning, noon, night, evening, or whatever. Take care of yourself. You are unique. You're wonderful, I told you. You got a mindset. You can do it. Okay, you got this, right? You got this. You got this. It's easy. You can do it. You can take control of your money. That's all it is. You got to take control of your money. Cash stuffing is not anything but money in. You got to figure out the money out and the money you need to save. This is the year of saving. If you haven't been here, we are doing saving until December the 31st, and you are adding up any money that comes in. Any money that comes in. I had $20 right there. Okay, I'm going to add that to that. And at the end of the year, you're going to be surprised how much money came in. And not what you spent. Every time it comes in, keep track. Not what you spent. That's what we want. We want to know. That's the abundance. Because you're going to be surprised how much you totally have. how much actually came in the house or that apartment or wherever you place you stay. So keep track, because we're going to sit there and some of you will tell me, we know some of you want, it's okay. Some of you don't want to blast it on the internet. We know that too. But we just want to know, did you make more than you thought you would? Last year, I didn't pay attention. I made $141,000 plus when I added everything up. And I think I missed some stuff because I wasn't adding everything. But what I could add, I didn't know I had that much. I'm sitting there going, oh, probably got, I actually thought maybe $5,000. That's how bad it was. I was thinking in my mind, I said, after paying off all those credit cards and everything, I was thinking I made probably about $5,000 after paying all those bills and loans and my grandparents' stuff and doing this, because they had gotten a little side swipe there with scamming loan. And I didn't think. And I said, this year, I'm thinking, I want to do it every year. Okay, I want to see what actually came in. Okay, and maybe you'll be surprised how much you spent or how much you actually have, instead of thinking, I'm low income, I cannot do this. Okay, or you got a social security check coming in and you're thinking, oh, we're low income. Look at how much of that check did you save, and maybe you got some other things like gift cards, whatever. Stay on it, okay? Enjoy yourself. Happy last day of April, okay? Get it together. Love you. Bye-bye.